Hey, we're back, and guess what? I did it. I did the mission, but not fully. Okay, so I'm starting to record now, actually simply because we're doing it with Cockadrillo. We're doing the last part with Cockadrillo, but let's watch the match that I did it on. It was weird because I really thought I didn't do it. I was confused because it didn't give me the mission, like, little thing at the bottom right whenever I completed it after a match. But I did the math, and I added up all the damages combined with mine, and what was needed was 6,837 at least. I did 6,850. So I did it by 20 damage. Yeah, it was close. It was close, but I did it. I mean, I am so glad that I did that. That was tough. That was tough. I mean, I'm using this tank, and also you have to do it twice. That's what makes it kind of annoying too. You can't really use whatever tank you really want to use on this mission because of the fact that you have to do it twice, because that means you have two different tanks that you have to use on this. And of course that means you have to have most of the times you'll probably have one that you don't like, or one that you want to play less than the other one. And that's the TVP. That was the TVP, definitely. I want to play the Cockadrillo much more, and I feel like I'm going to easily be able to do this mission with the Cockadrillo much easier. Much easier. This is a tough one. This is a tough mission because you have to get a high amount of damage. And doing a high amount of damage is definitely difficult, but you can do it if you're in the losing situation. If you're in a losing situation, even if you're in a winning situation, you can still do it, but you have to be very aggressive. In a losing situation, you have to be very passive and very careful with how you're playing. And let's see. Let's go watch the game that I did it with. It was a good match. And this was actually, what was it? I think this was my, yeah, this was my first match actually of the day. This was the first match I played of the day, and I was thinking to myself, a losing situation is how I want to do this mission, because that's the best way to get things done. And yeah, I played very well. I played very well. Of course, I did get lucky a bit. I will say I got lucky. Okay, I did get lucky a bit in this match, which was nice for me. I did get lucky, but it wasn't like crazy luck, I would say. I don't think it's crazy luck. I did get lucky with people shooting at me. That's basically what I got lucky from. Everything else was basically me. But yeah, I got it done. I barely got it done by 20 damage. My team didn't do that well, and I carried for all of them. Did at least 25% of the team's damage. Barely, by like 25.1%. Glad I finally got it, though. That means I can finally play Cockadrillo and have some fun with the Cockadrillo. So I'm really glad. This tank is very good. I thought it would be, and it is a very good tank. The only problem I have with this tank is that it doesn't have APCR. I mean, AP standard. It has APCR, and the penetration on the standard rounds is not good at all. One thing I will say about the TVP is I like how fast it is. I really do. I really like how fast it is. It's a fast tank. It's a tank that you can maneuver and get going quick. For a medium tank, this thing is as fast as it gets. It turns rapidly. It goes down slopes rapidly. I mean, look at this. Look at the speed I'm going to be going at. Of course, I'm going to crash here, but yeah, I crashed into some weird object there. But you see on the map, they're pushing that side, and so I see it, and I'm going there immediately. See, I got lucky there. Very lucky there. But I did play the position properly, I think. So I think they simply barely could see my tank, so that's another thing. And I was thinking about what to do here. That's the reason my driving's a bit weird. I'm crashing into things. But I'm not going anywhere. If I didn't get that shot there, I wouldn't have completed my mission. Yeah, so it's crazy. Every shot in this game you're seeing now is necessary to complete the mission. Every single shot is the exact, basically the exact amount needed to complete the mission. See how quick this thing is? It's quick. It can maneuver around places. See this? This is where I see a huge mistake from Leopard. He comes around, takes a shot on a guy without even realizing I'm here. And all of those shots hit. So if one of those shots didn't hit, that could have been a very bad situation for me because I would have to reload and put a shot into him. So again, all of those shots were necessary. And then I think about going down, but going down doesn't seem like the best option. I'm actually going to push up here and take out this object. Fully loaded again. Take a stupid artillery shot straight to the face. One. That shot didn't penetrate. That shot didn't penetrate. And that one did. So you see, that was a bit unlucky. So, I mean, I guess not getting shot from the enemies means I get a bit unlucky on the sides of that guy. I don't know which way that side of that tank, that makes no sense. I don't know how it can deflect shots like that, but it deflected 2 of my shots, and 2 of them hit. That should have all hit, but it is what it is. So now, this is when I was trying to be careful because I knew this 183 and this motion was probably going to push, or maybe they could push. And so I'm waiting here around this corner, so if they push, I can get side shots, and I see 183 is not there, so I'm not scared of motion. I mean, I can absolutely demolish the motion, so I'm really not afraid at all. I guess this is where I actually made my first mistake. I crashed into the stupid thing, and then I didn't realize this guy was going to push, and then my shot misses on the guy. And so I missed some damage there, but I still have 3 shots, so I'm thinking, okay, can I go around to the other side and get this 183? I'm wasting a bit of time not going, but I'm going there. I'm going to get this 183. So I'm going, and 1, 2, and he's dead. So I got 2 shots there, not 3 shots. See, I'm making a little bit of blunders here. I could have probably gotten more damage. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm going away because I'm not the one here that takes these shots. I'm the one that makes the plays. So my teammate is going in to take the shots. I'm getting a different angle, and getting a crossfire, getting a little bit of an angle on these guys. AMX 5120 gets taken out, but I know that that's their moment to peak, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're peaking. Unfortunately, Jag Panzer E100 is there, so I'm saying I'm gonna take 1,000 now, and he misses. I said I was gonna take 1,000 there, and I would have died there probably if I took that 1,000. So luckily, I did not take 1,000. And I even put one extra shot in that Jag Panzer E100. And now I'm thinking, what am I gonna do now? I'm thinking they're gonna take out one of those guys. And then I see the other grill. The only chance I have at completing my mission is that grill. So I'm thinking about how I can... Well, I'm not even thinking about the grill currently. I'm actually... Well, actually, no, I am. I am thinking about the grill. I'm thinking, where's that grill? And then I see the artillery. Oh my, look at this. Instantly go on the reload. And now I'm thinking, are they going to take out those players? I would say maybe. The Jag Panzer E90 got that guy. I'm coming around. And I'm thinking they're going to take him out. I think the Phantom's messing up his game. So now I'm thinking about where that grill could be. Where is that grill at? That's what I'm thinking. And yeah, he's dead. These two guys are flanking. I don't know what I'm doing here, actually. I should be going towards the grill. I guess I'm simply waiting for them to take them out. I guess that's what I was doing. And holding positions. But now I'm simply going in. Now that guy is dead, I'm going in. I'm going in to find that grill. And this is when I got lucky again. This is when I got very lucky, and you'll see very soon how so. Going to his last known position, and he's simply sitting here waiting for me. Yeah, that's it. This match was it. 6,850 damage. It was a tough match, I will say. And I think that stupid artillery took some of my damage there. But it is what it is. $214. Yeah, he did take some of my damage there. I would have gotten an extra 300 or so. Yeah, it was a crazy match. It really was. It was an insane match for me. And I absolutely could have lost that and not gotten my mission completed. I mean, I could have easily not... I think I couldn't have easily lost that match. Why, yeah, I guess I could have, because I very much did get quite lucky with the shots from the enemies. They missed a lot of shots, and they were playing stupidly. But I could have easily not gotten my mission complete in that match, and I'm very glad that I did, because in another match I could probably get like 7,000 damage, and it still wasn't enough because our team did so well. So that's definitely important to think about. Is okay, so I think the reason that the mission didn't say it was completed before was because it has to calculate it at the end of every match. So because of that, it calculated at the end, and then it simply didn't show anything because it was calculating at the end. And then it simply showed it at the campaign that it actually did complete. Yeah, look at this. Oh my. That is nice. That is very nice to see. I really got close to not completing it. It was only 20 damage away from not completing. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. But now it's time for Cockadrillo. This tank... I mean, let's have a look at the armor. Let's have a look at the armor. The armor of this thing is insane. The turret of this thing is basically impenetrable. With standard. Premium ammo still struggles because this is 70 degrees heat. So the only time this thing can really have a good chance at going through. Let's have a look at the skill website for this tank. That's when we'll know. Wait, let me do something first. here. I ate, and I was playing with my dog, and yeah, I'm back. We definitely want mobility assist on this thing, but we do want really good accuracy too. The accuracy is the most important thing on this thing. Because of that gun, you really need to make it work. Well, of course, it's the most important thing on basically every single tank. Let's have a look at this thing's armor on skills website. Doing a few different things, but hey, I'm here now, and I was wanting to relax and look at this thing, so I decided to simply turn recording again and let you see what I'm doing. But let's have a look at this. So this is the armor layout of the tank, as you can see. It's quite impressive. This is the reason this tank is so incredible. It's very impressive armor for a medium tank. And when this thing's hulled down, that's when the monster shows its face. That's when the monster shows. Yeah, there's no penetrating this. This is literally impossible to penetrate at this angle. There's this little, like, part at the top, actually. Very tiny, like, penetration point. Interesting. So it's a little tiny, like, the thing on the side. Actually, that part there is actually, I think, uneven from the other side. Yeah, so that's an uneven thing about this tank. I didn't realize it had that, but the tank is actually not fully even. The armor model is not fully even. I see. So there's that little part there to worry about. It's the only part there is to worry about. Other than that, though, this thing's basically invincible to a lot of different things. I mean, you shoot heat at this thing, and yeah, you're not gonna have a fun time. And heat is actually one of the best things to go against on this thing, because that means you can actually side scrape very reliably. You can side scrape decently reliably without heat, but it's not 100%. I would say this is better than that. Actually, I don't know. It's difficult to say. You can side scrape. You definitely can side scrape this thing, but you do have overmatch points, which is quite difficult to deal with. You have to be very cautious about that. But as you can see, this thing, for having such incredible armor, being this fast, it's crazy. Let's look at the speed of this thing. The speed of this thing goes 20 specific power, 57 top speed, 23 reverse speed. It's insane. It really is insane. This tank, 59 traverse speed, so that means this tank turns extremely fast, and the gun turns extremely fast. 47 is good view range, good signal range, with the ventilation and everything, of course. I got this thing loaded up, too. Let's see what type of skills we have. What skills do I have on this thing? Okay, so I do have some good stuff. I have concealment on it, which, will I need concealment is the question. I don't know. But it is a strength that this thing has, good concealment, so that's the reason I put it there. It is a good strength this thing has, but I don't know why I put it before Brothers in Arms. I don't think it should be before Brothers in Arms. It should be maybe after Brothers in Arms. Yeah, definitely. We're doing it after Brothers in Arms. not putting concealment as the more important trait of this thing. I'm sorry to say, but concealment is not the more important trait. Shot Deadeye. Brothers in Arms. Do I want Deadeye actually? No, actually I want quick aiming. Deadeye is not that important. It's important, yes, but it's not going to be crazy good on this tank. I don't think it's going to be that good. I would say quick aiming is just going to be that much better on this tank. And also, I am doing full heat rounds on this, all premium ammo. No basic nonsense, and no high explosive either, because this is an auto reloader. I can't really intuition switch to a high explosive. That's another reason why I put all premium ammo on this thing. 60 rounds. This thing carries a lot of ammunition for how much damage it does. 60 shells of 470? That's a lot of damage that this thing can do. The only unfortunate thing about an auto reloader is you cannot put gun rammer, but I don't care. I would rather not have the ability to put gun rammer and be able to improve the gun handling much more because of that. Yeah, this thing's insane. So I'm thinking about if this is the best build. I would say it probably is, since it improves basically everything. I guess I could swap out this ventilation for something, but then I would be sacrificing dispersion at 100 meters and aiming time. I could instead put improved aiming, but that wouldn't be best. I could instead put vertical stabilizer, but I would be sacrificing everything else for a vertical stabilizer. I mean, is that worth it is the question? I don't know, maybe. The dispersion would definitely feel a bit better with that. I would also be sacrificing maximum view range with that. I would be sacrificing some dispersion at 100 meters, some aiming time, some damage per minute too. And everything else that comes with it. But I'd be gaining a lot of dispersion. A lot of dispersion during movement and traverse of the turret, and also after firing, and yeah, after firing, which could be nice because this thing only has a 5-second integral reload, which is decently long. I mean, but it's not too bad. It's definitely okay, especially with how fast this tank is, being able to back up and everything. That's one of the main parts about this tank. It has 23 reverse speed. That's crazy fast reverse speed for a tank this strong already. Went for aiming circle size instead of dispersion. I might just do dispersion anyways, actually, because dispersion is very important on this tank. I don't want any added dispersion. It would make the dispersion at 100 meters a bit less, but I will do it. I will do it because of that dispersion. I don't want this thing having extra dispersion. I think that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this on it and also simply have my ventilation. That'll help a good amount. we are doing the full aiming build. We're not doing damage per minute nonsense. Of course, I can get a good amount of extra damage per minute, but it's really not worth it. You want to be able to aim perfectly with this thing, and that's the best way to do it. I'm quite interested to see how this gun feels. I would say it's going to feel more than enough. I would say that. Of course, I can get to the vertical stabilizer and it could feel even better, but the thing is about this tank, you don't really need to have perfect gun handling because you're not making those flick shots. You really need that aiming time more. I would say aiming time is more important than vertical stabilizer. But is it enough to sacrifice 20% or so? I don't know, actually. Because a vertical stabilizer does do a lot for your gun. It really does. 20% is a huge amount for the gun. But is it worth sacrificing? Let me actually put it in my comparison and see. Okay, I'm going to compare with and without. Oops. I didn't mean to press apply. Could even put bounty stabilization, but we'll go with this one for now. No, actually, I probably will put bounty on this thing, simply because it's such a strong tank. So 25% actually. Dispersion reduction. So that goes to 11.6. Of course, the reload gets longer, and that gets like that. A little bit better. Aiming time gets a little bit better. Dispersion 100 meters gets a little bit better. Average damage per minute gets a little bit better. Traverse speed gets a bit better. That's it. View range gets a little bit better, and then signal range gets a little bit better. So basically, I could put that on, and I could keep that on and simply have it like that, or I could do instead the improved stabilization, the bounty stabilizer. Let's see how that feels. I only have one stabilizer though, one bounty stabilizer. I have it on the H3 currently. Yeah, I think I'll do it. I think I'll do it. I think I'll take it off simply for that bounty stabilizer. I think that's worth it. To get an extra serious amount of dispersion. So let's see the difference. Bounty ventilation. Yeah, that extra dispersion is going to be much more important than all these other factors. It's going to simply make the gun feel much better, especially with that aiming time. And I think this gun's going to feel really good now. Has 0.32 dispersion at 100 meters, 2.04 aiming time. With all that dispersion reduction and aiming time improvements, I think this gun's going to feel really good. This gun should feel really good. Let's, Let's see. 320 heat is the penetration on these heat rounds. That should be more than enough for the mouse's turret. I know it is, but let's have a look and see what 320 heat can do to a mouse. A mouse is always the one I compare to because it's a really good comparison. The mouse's turret is the tank you want to be able to penetrate with heat rounds. It has 260 turret armor on the mouse's turret. Huh, okay. Let's have a look. Let me show you. There, look, 260 on the turret. The mouse has 311 APCR. Let's have a look with heat rounds. So I have 320 on the Cocodrillo, which is basically like, yeah, it's better than 311 APCR shells. It's better, as you can see. And heat is very good too because of the fact that it doesn't auto ricochet as easily. So it is very nice to have. But of course, it can be very annoying for tracks and everything like that. But it's gonna be more than enough for basically everything else. Like you see this part on this track here, you can't actually penetrate this at all, basically, simply because the mouse's tracks are so incredibly thick. So the only way to penetrate this mouse like this is to probably not shoot it in the turret because it's gonna be angled like that most likely, and shoot it in the lower plate. And if you can't get the lower plate, then too bad. Guess you just have to wait then. Yeah, that's really all you can do. You can't really shoot here, and it's not going to penetrate. And so, yeah, this is absolutely not going to penetrate because that's so incredibly thick armor. So this is what the mouse looks like. You can absolutely penetrate here, though. So this is still a weak part on the tank. So the mouse can wiggle all at once, but it still has that area there that's open for penetration, unfortunately. So I think this tank's ready. I don't think I want to load any APCR shells. I really don't. I don't think I want to load anything like that. High explosive is completely non-existent. I'm not doing that. Yeah, of course it has 63 millimeters of penetration at 600 damage per shot, but it's a 3-shot auto loader. It's our auto reloader. If I load high explosive, I'm gonna have to change out every single shell for simply one shell. So it doesn't really work. I wish the intuition mechanics were better on auto reloaders because they're different than auto loaders. But it is what it is. They don't work correctly. So I could either go 263 APCR rounds, which I don't think would really go through a mouse's turret. No, I don't think it's not going to go through. The mouse's turret is 260 alone. And then, of course, when it angles, it's going to be more than that. Let's have a look again. And we can even do it where I compare it against the Cocodrillo. So as you can see, this is what it looks like straight on. This is as good as it gets, and it's only a 50% chance. So yeah, that's not great. And then when that mouse angles like so, you can maybe penetrate this part here, but it's not great. You can penetrate here and make it a ricochet and go into the turret like so, but that's not easy to get. It's not easy to hit at all. I guess it's a bit... Is it easier to hit than that? I don't know, but it's a lot easier to hit this part like this and also penetrate like this straight into the lower plate and everything. With 260, you're not going through this at all, basically, unless you're like at a low angle or something like that. If the mouse angles at all, it's not even close. It's not even dang close. So yeah, 260 not enough for the mouse. So basically what I would have to do is I would have to either carry some heat rounds or carry all heat rounds, and I'm obviously going to do the second option because I feel like that's going to be much better for most targets. The mouse is a bit of an exception with how much it's armored. You can definitely have some struggles with it. Let's see. So with the mouse, you see this? APCR will go through this quite easily, but when you load heat, it's not even close to being a penetration. APCR will go through this though. And that's where APCR is better. It's when it's going through tracks and spaced armor. Even though it has more penetration, it doesn't mean it's actually going to be more effective against tracks, and that's how it works in this game. It works like that. Even though it has more penetration, it's still less effective at going through tracks than APCR with lower penetration. Because APCR is brute force, and heat is more like it has to be touching the armor for it to actually penetrate easily at full penetration. And yes, I can go through some of this, actually, surprisingly. Oh, this is not with heat. No, I can't go through it with heat, really, at all. Except for this part here, of course. But other than that, if I shoot anywhere in the tracks, it's non-penetration. But that's okay. I can easily penetrate the mouse like so. The only time I cannot penetrate the mouse is when I angle a lot, and only then, yeah, they can, but they have to angle perfectly. If they don't angle perfectly, it's going to be an easy penetration here, or an easy penetration lower plate, which is going to be either of the two. And if I can't get either of those, I'm simply going to go straight in the turret front, like so. And all the while, mouse is going to have a really tough time with me. You already know how my armor looks like, and mouse doesn't even have, I don't even think, actually, yeah, mouse doesn't even have any heat rounds, so they are completely useless against me. Completely. All they have is APCR, and we can have a look at how that works on my tank, Cocodrillo, versus the mouse. I basically have better armor than a mouse, comparatively. Like so. Okay, yeah, they can go through my upper plate, but that's only if I'm not angled by like a little bit of degrees. I mean, how much degrees is that? 3 degrees. So all I have to do is angle 3 degrees at my upper plate becomes impenetrable. And that's the same with APCR shells. It's completely impenetrable at 4 degrees. 4 degrees it's completely impenetrable. 3 degrees it's mostly impenetrable. Yeah, and this thing has 8 degrees of gun depression. So yeah, basically it's crazy. And he's the only thing that can actually has a chance at going through, because it's auto ricochets at it has to be greater than a 80-degree angle, and I don't think this thing can make an 80-degree angle, it doesn't seem. But as you can see, this is way too strong. So the only chance you have at penetrating this turret is if you're on a decently flat angle. This is 4 degrees, and the turret's still basically impenetrable with 364 millimeters of heat round. You can go up to 395. 395 is a high level for some tanks. And 4.5 degrees, and still it's basically impenetrable. You can go down a little bit, up to 5 or so degrees. 5 degrees is what it looks like. Of course, like flat, you're going to be penetrating this thing quite easily. Flat is not a good way to play this tank. And also against a dang tank with that insane amount of penetration. But flat versus a mouse, yeah, you're going to have a tough time doing anything against this tank. You're really going to have a tough time. The only spot you can penetrate is this part here. And if we go up a little bit, so you have these parts here that are penetrable. That's it, though. Everywhere else, you can't penetrate it. It's like a mouse, but better in that way, because it has much smaller hit points to hit, and also this tank has very good mobility. People are not going to be able to hit this part very easily, and if you go literally any degrees down, like 1 degree down, 1.6 degrees down is impenetrable, because it's an auto ricochet. So it's definitely interesting how this tank works, but you have to understand it to make it work. You can't simply go in and be an idiot and expect it to work. This tank does thrive in hull downs. It's definitely a hull down tank, but it can definitely work very well in medium sides and in the correct positions on certain maps against heavy tanks. You shouldn't be playing this tank like super personal and up in the enemy's faces. You definitely shouldn't be at all. Like not even close. Actually, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be playing close at all to the enemies. You should always keep your distance from the enemies, because the closer they get, the flatter your tank looks to where they're at. Because this tank is quite short. It is a very short type of tank. mean, you can see compared to the H3, compared to the TVP, compared to a lot of other tanks. Immel, okay, that's a tier 8 tank. Okay, whatever. It's a little bit taller than the Immel, but or it's a little bit comparable to the Immel, but still, it's very much not a very tall tank. That's important because that means you can't really face hug enemies, I would say. Well, maybe you can, maybe it'll work. I don't know exactly, but I would say it's not the best way to play it. I would say it's definitely not the best way to play it, and I know that for a fact, but it may work sometimes. I would say it probably will work sometimes, depending on what type of tanks you're fighting against. It probably will work at some point. But yeah, this tank versus tier 8 tanks is crazy. I don't know what tier 8s are going to do against this thing. And especially when you're in the correct position, I don't know what you're going to do against this tank. And you can see the side armor on this tank. It has spaced on the sides, so that means heat rounds are going to struggle to go through this. And we can actually have a look at that now. How is heat rounds going to fare to that side armor on the Cocadrillo? Because it does have spaced armor on the sides. So I'm quite interested to see how that works. So let's have a look. So this is what it looks like without using heat, and this is what it looks like with using heat. So let's use advanced. Okay, so it is not that strong of space. It is there, though. You can see it. It's there. This is the spaced armor. And it does help, but it's not much spaced armor. It's a little bit. Let's see versus, like, lower heat penetration. Maybe lower heat is how it's going to work. Or maybe it's simply for the fact that side scraping needs to be a little bit easier to do. Okay, yeah, it's going to help with side scraping a bit, I would say. Definitely. I mean, look at it. You see that little spaced, that little notch there? That's what it is. That's the parts that are spaced armor. These parts here. These parts here. Those are the parts. That's very nice. So that's going to help with a little bit of side scraping. A little bit. But it'll be nice whenever someone's using heat rounds and you can simply side scrape more easily and block their shots more easily with that little bit of armor on the sides. It's an extra touch on this tank, and I do like that. I do like the extra thoughts of these tanks to make them look even better and work even better. The only thing I don't like about this tank is the side scraping capabilities. I would say it's, I mean, of course, the spaced armor here is nice, and you might be able to block some heat shells more easily with that, and the tracks and all that. And you can still bounce shots here, but see this part here? I don't like this part. I wish this tank was slimmer. I wish this turret was cut down, and this part was slimmer so I could side scrape more easily. Because they do this with a lot of tanks. They do this shoulder nonsense with a lot of tanks. I don't know why they keep doing this, where a tank has this plate here, so it almost prevents you from side scraping. This tank is not so much like that. It still actually does have some good armor. Like, as you can see, this little plate here is at an 80-degree angle, so that means it's auto ricochet even at this angle. It's because it's slightly more sloped than the other stuff. But this is a 70-degree angle, and that means it definitely can get penetrated by heat rounds. And heat rounds are going to go through this quite easily, 270. But it's not bad. Like, this is not bad armor, and when you go like this, it gets worse actually. But the side's already weak whenever you angle that much. You really have to angle it like so. I would say like this. That's the best chance you have. This is a 74-degree angle, so it's not going to penetrate unless it's overmatch. And generally heat's going to struggle to go through this. So the only part they really have to shoot at is this 250. And yeah, of course, that can be tough. But in a situation where this thing is going quick, you're maneuvering around quick, people are not going to look at this instantly, so you're going to put the shot on, and they're going to struggle to hit that part. So I don't see that being a huge problem with this tank. It's still annoying, though, that they would make the thing have side plates like that, so you can't actually fully side scrape, and people are still going to have a weak point to see whenever you are side scraping. But generally, this thing is a medium tank, having good armor, having good mobility, having a good gun, hopefully a good enough gun. I'm going to see how it works very soon, but The dispersion should be very good at this point since I've improved it all. But everything should be going well for this tank and feeling nice with the tank because of the fact that it has armor. For a medium tank, it's quick and can even play in the heavy side. If you get a hull down position, it can play in the heavy side, but you really have to play this tank carefully. If you don't play this tank carefully, it's going to feel like it's a joke. Because, of course, once people see flats on your armor, and they see the flat parts of your armor, you're basically, your armor is not going to be useful anymore. It gets very weak quick, especially to heat rounds, because of the fact that heat rounds don't deflect at 70 degrees, they deflect at 80 degrees. So it has to be at a steeper angle to deflect the shots, and that means more likely the chance of it penetrating or hitting the armor with its full penetration. Let's go. Let's go. Ready. What tank are you using? You want to use Concept 5? That's fair. No, I think you should probably use a heavy tank since you're gonna be going to the heavy side with me. I'm a medium tank. Use a heavy tank. Use your E100 or your T110 or E3. I would suggest you use your E3 actually, since you haven't used it, and you might like it more. You might like it more though. Come on, don't be like that. You might like it more. You might like it more. I think you will because it has more armor. It has more armor. Let's go. It literally has more armor, it does more damage per shot, and it has more penetration. It has a bigger gun too, so you can overmatch things. But we need to play it correctly. And also activate your boosters now. Oh, this is a good map for me. This is a really good map for me. Look at this. Look at this. This is a very good map for this tank to be playing in. Because I can play hold down very, very nice here. So what I want you to do is actually go somewhere around this area, I would say. Somewhere around, maybe not this area. I would say like this area. I want you to go there, and I want you to stay hold down as much as you can. But I want you to still be able to shoot the enemies and get on an angle and everything. I got a new crew member on this tank, one that I've never used before, so I'm listening to it now. It's interesting. It's interesting. Okay, so Concadrillo. Wow, yeah, this turret traverse speed is very quick, I would say, definitely. Gun depression looks very nice. Oof. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 8 degrees gun depression, very nice. I think it's not 8 degrees on the rear though. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, not 8 degrees on the rear, but that's perfectly understandable. It feels quite slow getting up this hill, but hey, it is what it is. It's uphill. Be careful with how much you go up. You don't want to get shot in your lower plate. I might not play much with this tank, actually. At least, I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Depends on how I feel. But I do like to play, like, tanks like this carefully. I don't want to overuse them or anything like that. Got him. Submit. That's what the guy just said. Holy, that's nice. Like that. Submit. What guy? What is who doing? Oh, this guy? Oh. Oh, he's a retard. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He's just an average retard. Don't worry about that retard. Let him get himself killed. This is what it is. Ooh, I'm liking this match. I'm liking this match. I'm liking this match. You deal with that guy. I'm gonna deal with these idiots on the side. There's a bunch of enemies on the side. I think I may actually. No, I'm not gonna. No. Dude, what? There's two AMX-50Bs and then there's an Object 268 version 5. Okay, fair. Fair. You have a BZ-75 playing around this area. He doesn't want to peek though, I don't think. I don't think I want to peek, really. Let's see, actually. Let's see if I can peek this guy. No, he's backing away. There's a Jagdpanzer E100, which is very interesting. I do not want to take 1,000 from Jagdpanzer E100. And I definitely can take 1,000 from Jagdpanzer E100. Yep. That's is what it is, my man. Taking a nice shot from artillery, unfortunately. Did he miss? He missed his shot.
Kinetic force insufficient. Locomotion nullified. Track is repaired. Make abandon armor.
Wait, how did I die? No, I barely got shot though. I'm confused. Did he ram me for like 1,000 damage or something? How did I die so fast? Also, our team's garbage. I mean, what is our team doing? Seriously. Team's absolute trash. Okay. I'm getting it. I'm getting a feel for this tank. It felt good. It really did. Literally, the guy didn't even get a shot on me until he had like the most clear shot on me. He had to have the most clear shot to get a shot on me. Other than that, though, he didn't get a shot on me. He tried one time, it bounced off. The second time he tried to shoot me, he simply rushed in like an idiot and somehow still missed his shot because he was trying to hit my lower plate, which is very small. He missed his shot. His shot hit the ground. And then the second shot, I was simply stationary. Dude was just aiming in, so of course he gonna penetrate that and get a shot on me. And that's it. And then I got shot from an AMX-50B one time, and I was dead. So I don't know. I actually don't know what happened there, how I took so much damage. I think it's because he rammed me for a good amount of damage. I think so. But I didn't think that did so much damage. It didn't seem like it did, but whatever. I guess somehow that tank rammed me for like 600 damage or some nonsense. I don't know how, because he barely hit me. He really barely hit me. He barely tapped my tank. I don't know how. How did I get 2,200 damage? How did I get 2,200 damage? I barely did anything. I literally shot twice. I shot like 3 times and I got 2,200 damage. Jeez, this thing hits hard. This thing hits hard, dude. Yeah, I got 1,500 on this BZ-75. How much damage did he do to me, though? That's what I want to know. Wait, what? I hit the 268 version 5? How did I hit the 268 version 5? Oh, he must have been in that same position I was shooting at, and I got him. I was shooting at a position trying to blind fire their location because they were very near. They were there. There's an AMX there, and somehow I guess I hit the 268 version 5. It felt good though. It felt quite nice. I'm liking it. Unfortunately, we got a bad match at the start, but another good map for me and a good map for you. This is a very good map for you. I want you to push in hard, and I want you to dominate these idiots. I want you to dominate them. Over here. This way. What you want to do is you want to wait. You don't want to push in like an idiot and just get shot in your lower plate and then let them back up. You want to wait until they push you and then put a shot into their tracks or their lower plate or their cupola, and then you want to just turn. You want to turn inwards and try to hide your lower plate as best as you can, or you want to wiggle a bit and make it difficult for them to hit your lower plate. Wow, look how fast this tank is. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This tank's insanely fast for how much armor it has. I mean, look at this thing. How maneuverable it is. For a medium tank with insane armor like this thing is an insane tank. Like, I don't understand how this tank isn't talked about more. I'm going to go in this hold down position, and I'm simply never going to come out. Good luck, boys. Good luck. Oh my, actually. I need to be very careful in this hold down position. It's good, but the gun depression's 8 degrees. It's good, but it's also tough still to make it that perfectly work. But I do have this position I can use to shoot at these idiots. Also, this gun handling feels really good. Like, I don't think this is bad at all. I'm really not having any trouble with this gun handling. This might be a little bit too steep for my tank, actually. Unfortunately. Like, I feel like this might be a bit too steep. Unless I can, do, like, something like this. Yeah, I can do this, I think. I think this might work. Barely might work. I don't know if that's fully hauled down or what. It's close. It's close to being fully hauled down. I think they can see a little bit of my lower plate, but... I think we've already won this side. Yeah, they're not even here. Oh, what the? FE just got spotted. And he just took out a teammate. He simply took out one of our team here. And I'm spotted. So there's definitely players there. Definitely players there. Our IS-7 is about to get themselves shot if they're not careful. Unfortunately, FE didn't take any shots because I didn't realize they were about to get spotted there. But I'm looking on the map now and I'm seeing basically nothing. I don't see anything for us to do. I mean, we've won the left side. We've won this side. What are we supposed to do here? We might simply have to push, but if we push, we could risk ourselves getting killed. I would say we simply wait. We simply wait. We simply wait for our team to flank. That's all we do now. There's no need to risk this. Or try to get more damage or whatever. No need for that. No need. And yes, my tank absolutely does. Also, my camera is not correct on this tank. Like this. That is not correct. That is definitely not correct. That's not how it's supposed to look. Okay, so this thing needs to simply go up a bit on the tank. That's what it needs to do, so it can accommodate more. Not horrendous, though. We'll say it's not horrendous. So FE 4005 is definitely there. You know what? I could probably go there. I wonder if I could go there, but FE 4005 is still a problem, so I don't think that's gonna work really. But I will try to go over here and see if I can get some shots on the enemies. Maybe from this position. Yeah, definitely. Silenced. Very nice. And there's still a manticore actually here, so we need to be very careful here. Because we still could get spotted and shot at. I'm not really meant to be like peeking out too much. You see that IS-7 is getting shot.
Watch out! Retreat!
Tell him to get out of there because he's being an idiot. Huh. Be careful. You're in a very dangerous position if you get spotted by tank destroyers in the back. I would suggest you simply wait here somewhere. We really can't push this. We cannot push this. There's a manticore in that bush, and I think we don't even have a light tank anymore. I know we do. Where's our light tank at? Our AMX is there. I see. There's a manticore in this position here, and our team isn't doing anything about it, it seems. Huh. I don't think these enemies are gonna push, though. That's the thing. I don't think they want to push. For some reason, they don't want to push. Our team is giving away a lot of free hit points, though, so that's the only reason I can think of that they would actually want to push this. I don't think they have a chance, though, to win this if they don't push. Yeah, they don't. They're dead. I mean, they've lost this if they don't push. Oh, wow. FE 4005 just one-shot that guy.
Yes! Feel our might!
That's unfortunate. Yeah, this gun feels good. Gun feels very good on this tank. Okay, let's go on. Come on. Let's hard push now. Just go on. No need to worry about anything. Go on.
Now they feel our might! Damage index rising rapidly!
Yeah, this thing unloads, dude. Absolutely unloads.
Weakness beautifully exploited.
I will say this thing unloads quick. 5-second intra-clip reload's really not even that bad. I just unloaded 1,500 damage in that quick. Wow. That's crazy. It unloads all 3 shells in 10 seconds. That's very, very good. Very impressive because each shell does 470 damage. So in 10 seconds, it does what the Concept 5 does in 3 shots. Yeah. And 3 shots, which each take 9 seconds or so to reload or whatever. 8 seconds to reload. It takes a long time. This tank does it very quickly. Are you tired? You can sleep if you want to. You can go to sleep if you want to. I don't think this tank will be very difficult to use at all. Of course, it's a support tank, okay? It's a support, and it's a medium tank too, so I can really take this tank anywhere I want to. I don't have to go to the heavy side, I don't have to go to the center. I can play it anywhere. I can play this tank absolutely anywhere. You're going to the heavy side, though. Go there. Go over there somewhere and go with your heavies. And simply be careful with your lower plate. You do not want to peek your lower plate on the enemies. You want to wait for them to be either reloading and then peek, or you want to wait for them to peek out. Most of the time, wait for them to be reloading. Once they're reloading, that's when you peek out and you go take a shot on them. What is M48 Patton doing? Seriously, what is that retard doing? M48 Patton, you there, buddy? You having an okay time over there?
A true strike.
You got spotted. You needed to take a safer route. Turn to your left. Just turn to your left. Oh no, you're okay now. You're okay. You made it. You made it to a safe position, but you took too much damage. You took way too much damage. Jeez, there's a lot of tank destroyers in this position. That's a problem. There's a lot of tank destroyers to worry about here. There's a Foch B in the back. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I just said. There's a lot of tank destroyers in the back. I do not want to be on a slope like this. This is how I get penetrated. I need to be on a very steep angle, as steep as possible. That's how I absolutely demolish these idiots. Wish this thing had 10 degrees of gun depression. I think that's what would make it even better. That's what would make it even better. 10 degrees of gun depression. I'm trying to think where I should be going now. I'm not doing much in this tank, yes, but I'm trying to use these hold down positions because of the fact that this thing has so much armor on it. That's what basically what I'm doing now. No. Okay, so we've completely lost that side over there. Great. I see. I see. I see what I'm meant to do now. Okay. Know what I want to do. I'm meant to go here and try to hold down this Ares a bit. For now. One. Oh, that should have been a second one, but unfortunate. This is a really good position, actually. I like this position a lot. Basically prevents them from pushing basically at all. See, this is a very good situation to complete my mission in. It's a very weird map. Kind of like the Himmelsdorf. Can I get a position on KR1 there? I actually can, but it's the fact is I need to be careful of that side, so I can get a shot on those guys, but I need to be careful. Okay, let's see if I can get a shot here. No. May have been a hit there. Also, Manticore is somewhere on that area, so I need to be careful there too. With that. Manticore's playing around there. Also, you can come back. Yeah, you're in a horrendous position. I don't know what you were thinking with that play. You should not have pushed. You should have been here with me. I would have needed you. I do need you over here. I would have been having a use for you here with your good armor and your hit points, whatever is left of your hit points at least. They don't want to push for some reason. They don't want to push at all. We're waiting then. They have to push. They're leading. They're doing things. They have to push. Okay, they did push. I couldn't see them. So they're basically up a bit. They've pushed up a bit. They've pushed up a bit. Do I have a bad position? I wonder if I do. Maybe I do. I might actually have a bad position. What will be better though? I mean... Look at this idiot. I'm gonna hold it down here. Where's that stupid Manticore though? 2 KR1s, we have a DBV. I mean, yeah, that'd be decent, but I don't think I can use that. You know what? Might be the best option in this situation is simply to stay with my teammates on this side. I would say that's probably the best option for me here, currently. Oh, there we are. Fortunately, I wasn't ready for them because I thought they were already gone, but they were not gone, so let's see. Let's see. I'm currently okay, so all I have to worry about is those tank destroyers sitting in the back that may have pushed up. Okay, so if I reload my other shot now, I can just go in and take them out, but all I have to worry about is those stupid tank destroyers. So I have to go over here and go play a safer route. Yep, exactly what I thought. Stupid tank destroyers. Badger is there.
Make use of it.
Oh, they got the other one? Okay, I didn't realize. Nice. And Manticore is still somewhere around that area. Fortunately, I cannot see them. And yeah, Manticore's still around here. They spotted me. I have no clue how you hit that shot. Stupid object 261. That is the most nonsense shot I've ever seen. So now Manticore can't finish me off, but they can definitely get me low. A bit lower. If they give me one more shot, then they can finish me off with one shot. They can finish me off with 2 shots, of course. I'm gonna stay here for a bit. But if Manticore comes up there, that'd be a very dangerous position for them to take. We basically have this covered, but we're gonna have probably people pushing here, so that's the problem. So basically, the problem is they're probably gonna push at the same time too, so I don't know. We're gonna have a badger somewhere around this area, I think. Yeah, so I think I'm simply gonna sit. That's tough to say, really. It really depends on where that badger is. I mean, this might be the best position, though, here. We also have an object 261 here with me. That might be able to help spot the badger. Oh, badger's dead. Badger's dead. Somehow badger got killed. Interesting. Manticore, grill. I would say they have to push me, dude. Manticore's dead. I mean, STK got killed by Manticore. Huh. I mean... No, I can't do that. I'm gonna die if I do that. Grill is just somewhere, dude. He's playing a different game. He's playing a different game somewhere. I don't know what he's playing. Imagine it's like the other match when the grill's not moving. What the? That'd be so weird if that was true. They're gonna push me all at once.
I need help.
Okay, another useless artillery. Glad to have them on my team helping so incredibly much. I don't have the worst position though. I mean, this could be much worse. I'm lagging though, I will say that. And there's the artillery. I think that could be a bait though. Is that a bait? Here we go.
A true strike.
Girl fired.
Damage index rising rapidly.
Yep, Manticore got me. I'm dead. There's nothing I can do. I think, well, actually, there is something I can do. I can take out Manticore. I unfortunately missed a shot. I saw Grill where Grill was going.
A true strike.
Yeah, goodbye, boys. Goodbye. Good night.
Silly little.
Good night, boys. Good night. Good night, boys. I saw that Manticore. He thought he could get the shot on me. Nah, dude. I got you, buddy. I got you, buddy. Woo. That was a good match. Whew. Whew. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I lost credits. Let's go. I lost 38,000 credits. Holy. Oh, my. That was a good match, though. Seriously. What I was doing there is is exactly what happened. I was trying to make that grill bounce a shot on me, hopefully. And then I knew the grill was going to reload for a really long time. So if I simply killed that Manticore, it was over. And I turned around. Luckily, the Manticore was a retard. He had time. I made a mistake there and gave him a little bit of time because I didn't know where he was. I saw him on the map, but I didn't know where he was coming from. So he had the chance there, but this thing's mobility is so quick. I just turned around, and before he was even out, I was already there looking. And he came out, and I got the shot on. That was really good, because if that Manticore survived, he would have killed me, 100%. I was one shot away. I made a mistake to take a shot from Manticore before, but I made up for it and won the match. Do I want to play another one with this tank? No, let's play BZT-70. How about that? How about that? Ooh, BZT-70. BZT-70. Ooh. Ooh, this tank's good. This tank's really good. And you know what? I'm gonna be even better in playing with you, because now I'm an extremely heavily armored tank too. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be really fun. Yes. You did amazing. You did amazing. I mean, yes, you did amazing. That's what I mean. You did amazing. So what am I gonna put on this tank? I'm looking at what I could put on this thing. What I currently have is just simply a full gun build to try to make this gun as usable as possible. I understand it, but is it the best option? Probably not. Probably not, because I'm still thinking about it. But if I say it's the best option, then yes, it's the best option. Jeez, the mobility on this thing really does suck. Of course, because it's a very slow, heavily armored tank, which is a very understandable. But I don't think that's really important on this tank. The most important thing is the gun. You shouldn't really care about mobility. What you care about is the gun and hit points. That's what you care about in this thing, not mobility. You're not making stupid plays with this thing. You don't want to make plays in this thing. You want to sit in one position and relax, basically. Relax a bit with this tank. That's what you want to do. Mobility is important, yes, but I don't think it's that important. Gun accuracy is extremely important with this tank, so you know what? I might put a... The aiming time's actually not that bad. 2.4 is not even that bad. So I'm tempted to remove vertical stabilizer for this and get better at dispersion at 100 meters to make this tank actually decently accurate. 0.37 isn't much better than 0.4. And I think I could even do the field modifications for this tank. Yeah, I haven't even done the field modifications. It would cost 224,000 to do it, and I think I will absolutely do that now. Even though it's going to cost me some gold, I'm willing to do it for this tank to get it max level. An extra 5% to vehicle hit points. And we're going to do firepower. I don't think I'll need that. We want aiming circle size with this thing. Do we want aiming time. No, I don't think aiming time is the best option on this tank. Aiming circle size might be the best one for this tank. Where is it? I mean, I can understand putting this on it, the aiming gears, and having better aiming time. I do understand it, but that extra bit of dispersion at 100 meters could make a huge difference in terms of sniping and everything. Okay, we're doing it. This gun needs as much help as possible, and that's the best thing to do. I can increase the view range or make the stunning worse. I mean, I would simply do the view range. I'm simply gonna do the view range because obviously, why would I not do that? Stupid artillery shouldn't even be in the game anyways. I'm not gonna start preparing my tank for artillery. I know artillery's gonna shoot my tank. So what, though? So what? An extra 30% internal module durability and 5% repair speed or turret traverse speed, of course. 5% dispersion during gun traverse, of course. Of course. I don't care about module durability and repair speed when I have that. Okay. I wonder how that's going to feel. And also that'll help with the aiming speed that I got on the that I sacrificed. I mean, that I sacrificed on this modification. That'll help with that. That'll be very nice. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes wargaming does that, where they put another thing in the field modifications that actually counteracts something that was previous in the field modifications. So that's very nice sometimes. And now what should I do here? I'm tempted to go for improved hardening. I'm very tempted to go for improved hardening, or maybe the experimental survival improvement suite. How much hit points does this thing have, dude? Holy, 2,400 hit points? Jeez. That's a lot of hit points. Let's see how much it gains with this on its 2,660 with the improved hardening. Wait, what? Ah. Let's see. So it goes to 2.5 with that on it. Interesting. Yeah, I will say the mobility on this thing does suck, but no, I'm not putting that on it. I'm not doing that. I'm either doing hardening or more gun handling. I'm either doing hardening or maybe in vertical stabilizer. That could be crazy good on this tank. Vertical stabilizer could be insane. The thing is about this tank, I don't know if I really care that much if it gets tracked. Because I repair it, I do things, I can do different things. Of course it is quite important though to have good track durability. It is quite important. I might sacrifice the hardening for vertical stabilizer. That would be so crazy though. I might do it. I might do it. Because I feel like that would simply be better. It would be better for the gun, of course, but I feel like it would simply be better for the whole tank generally, because the gun is the main part of the tank, but it's also the main problem with the tank, is the fact that it has very bad um, gun accuracy and gun handling. The gun is not accurate. It hits very hard though, but it's very inaccurate. I don't think I really need more hit points on this thing. I mean, yeah, of course, track health and more hit points, but if you be careful and if you're hitting your shots correctly, you should be able to have less hit points because of the fact that you're doing more damage and you're making those shots count. I like it. I like this build. This is actually the best build for this tank. This absolutely is. Better gun handling on this tank is going to feel so much nicer than nonsense. Than a bunch of nonsense hardening or turbocharger garbage. I'm actually improving the tank instead of making the tank have more nonsense on it. Let's do this. And I'm not using AP on this tank at all. Wait, it's not a premium tank, but yeah, it's going to help significantly with this tank. Especially because every shot on it is very important, so you have to penetrate them. Really, you have to penetrate the shots. With the Cockadrillo, I guess I could change the ammunition. I could probably do that at some point. And make it much more AP composite rigid instead of high explosive anti-tank. But it's difficult because this is an auto reloader. If I do that, then every time I have to change ammunition, I'm changing out dang multiple shells. So it's like this one's an auto reloader, this one hits extremely hard, so you needed every shot to count. So this thing only has an 18-second reload, which is actually not even that long. The FV4005 has a what reload? 27-second reload. So yeah, this thing is not bad. It's not even that bad. Let's do this. Let's go. Are you ready? Let's go. So we're doing the full gun accuracy build. So I'll be able to rely on my gun a good amount. I would say it's not going to be perfect, of course, but... And yes, this tank is extremely armored. I didn't look at the armor model before starting this match, but... I've already looked at it many times, actually, of course. I've already looked at this many times, but not for the recording, of course. But actually, no, I have looked at it for the recording, but not in this recording. Also, the gun depression on this tank is extremely good for a heavy tank. It's like 8 degrees or something like that. It's very good. And the smaller cupola is on the left, so this is very good also. And I'm actually considering where to go. Going there could be decent. Going there could also be not so decent. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there, have a look. And if I don't like the position, I'm gonna leave. It's that simple. Good one, Ares. That was a great peek from you, my man. Also, this is an insanely armored tank. I mean, let's be real here. This thing is brutal to go against. It's absolutely brutal. Oh, look at this. There's a heavy tank here immediately. Also, I need to be very careful. There could be a lot of enemies here, and yes, there is. I need to be extremely careful here. I may even have to back up a little bit. Since they've pushed in so far. Let's see, that might be best. Side scraping on these guys, yes, I could probably get the shots on, but generally I don't know how many there are. What I would not like to see though is them pushing from up there. That would be bad. I can definitely prepare for it though a bit, but yeah, that would definitely not be ideal. Also, this gun movement and traverse is actually not that horrendous with the field modifications. And also, this thing is nice, dude. This gun feels good. Like, it doesn't disperse at all. Like, look at this dispersion. It's not even that much. It literally barely disperses. Dude, this guy is playing nicely. He's playing very well. He's playing very well here, this guy. Also, I don't think that guy even had a chance to penetrate me there. I was angled way too much. Way too much of an angle, dude. Oh my, this guy is farming, dude. This E100 is farming. Also, I have lower plate. I have upper. I mean, not. What am I saying? I have Capola. Capola. Get in this position. Get in this position. You counter him. Go in there. Just turn in and turn there. Don't turn too hard though. Don't turn too hard. Go there. Go there. He's side scraping extremely hard. There's no way I can penetrate that. I think our E100 is going to take a shot very soon. Somehow they haven't taken a shot yet. I have no clue how. Oof, this tank is nice. Look how massive this gun is. Oh my, this gun is huge. Okay, let's see if I can get a shot on someone over here. I think I saw them peek up a lot, actually. Should be able to get a shot on one of them. Aw. Peek up a little bit more and you're taking a shot, my man. Don't peek out too far. You're peeking out a little bit too far. You're showing your lower plate. Okay, I don't like this position. I'm leaving. We're losing, and I have to move. They're not pushing. They're just not pushing here. And we have a lot of heavy tanks on that left side. We have to go. I'm moving. You stay here. You stay here and hold it down. But don't take shots. I'm going to a different position now. And don't peek that little part there. I simply want you to be ready to peek it when there's enemies there that you can get shots on. Oh, that was disgusting, dude. That was disgusting, and that's why I have a full accuracy build on this tank. That's why I have the full accuracy build on this tank. Oof, dude, I'm hitting people, dude. I'm absolutely destroying people here. I wonder if I can go in. There's a K91 dash. Oh, I didn't even realize they were looking at me. That was a stupid player there. That's a very dumb player. Actually, I need to be careful from tank destroyers. There still could be tank destroyers on the back there. I need to go in, though. I want to go in. Okay, I'm going in. I'm simply gonna take a little bit of a different approach. Take out this idiot first.
I need help.
E100's asking for assistance now. We have an SU sitting there. E100's a retard, so I don't know what you mean you need help, dude. I would suggest you try to support your E100 as best as you possibly can. Okay, missed that shot, it's okay. I have a 17-second reload. Perfectly okay, I'll simply reload and I'll be good. 8 degrees gun depression. I don't want them to get a side angle on me. I'm simply gonna hard push this. TL7's got me too. Come here, boys. Come here. Mouse, I know you're around here, buddy. I know you're around here, buddy. I know you're around here. Where are you, Mouse? Where are you? Could be going into a crossfire or not. Or not. Oh yeah, Mouse is over here. Mouse is absolutely over here. What is Mouse doing over here? Seriously. Come here, Mouse. Come here, Mouse. There you are, buddy. Okay, well that was a bit of a misplay for me. I'm surprised, I am very surprised. That somehow did not penetrate the Mouse's turret. I really thought that would go in, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, got me. Lower rolled there, unfortunately. Also, where did he penetrate me at? Lower plate? Yeah, lower plate. Lower plate in this thing is very strong too, so it's not like it's nothing. It's not like it's nothing at all. This lower plate is strong. I think it's simply that it was at a little bit of a increased angle there. Not realizing I should have angled a bit further to the left, and he probably wouldn't have penetrated that. Wouldn't have penetrated that. Okay, very nice. Yeah, those shots where I was hitting on the enemies, they were brutal. Each shot is an insane amount of damage, and also it allows me to do a lot of fires and everything. These shots really can destroy your tank in one single shot. Wow, Concept 5 got 8,300 damage. Wow, very nice. That dude was farming somehow. Dude was absolutely farming. You did 0. Nice job. It's impressive. I think it's time for you to go to sleep. It's almost time, I would say. I would say so. I think you're getting tired. Are you sure? You're acting like you're tired. Okay, let's go. Let's get this done. We're going to the heavy side. Straight up this way. I wonder how you'll like this gun. I wonder how it feels. You're about to find out. How's that feel? Very powerful, yes. Feels very powerful. No, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Once we get here, we're staying here. Dravak wants to push and get into an interesting position over there. He wants to play hold down, so whatever. He can play hold down all he wants. We're not even going to give him the time of day. Come on, let's go. We're going this way. We're turning in like so, and we're going past. Simply driving straight and keep driving straight until you reach here. That's the safest way to do it. Keep driving straight. You gotta make up your mind. You can't just sit there all day. Like, the most important thing with this tank is side scraping, but also side scraping does make your cupolas more easy to shoot, so you definitely have to be careful, but so do the enemies, because, yeah, you have an insanely powerful gun. And our Ares is pushed up quite heavily, so, I mean, I could go in and support him, but I don't know if this is a good play from me. I don't know how many enemies there are here, and there is quite a bit, so I'm just gonna tell him to fall back. Come here. Come here, boys. Peek out. Peek out there. I know you want to. I know you want to, my man. I know you want to. I know you're craving it. Oh, there's an FE 4005 here. What is he doing? Oh, he's not doing anything. Okay, that's okay. Artillery wants to shoot me. Artillery wants to shoot again. Doesn't change much. I can still do whatever I want. Yeah, you can. You can see down onto the right side. If you want to, actually, no, I know what you should do. Go there. Go there. You see that position I marked? Go there. If you go there, you can play hold down. Go there. Go there. You'll be able to play hold down, and you'll be able to shoot anyone that goes there. Not firing. It's probably an auto ricochet. We're very close to being one. Got tracked from that artillery shot. That's okay. These players, if they peek out, they're gonna have a really tough time penetrating me anyways. So I don't care. Oh, that is a BZT-70. Wow. Okay. Yeah, watch out for Dravak. Dravak shouldn't be that much of a problem though. If he peeks out, you can simply give him a nice 700. So don't worry about that, idiots. And also, we have a G-Sword tank there to support you. So that Dravak's an idiot. There's Dravak. He moved, of course. That's about what I thought would happen. Waiting for them to make some pressure here. They don't want to, it seems. This BZT-70 is, for some reason, afraid to make pressure. And that's literally their job. Good stuff. Nice shot on his lower plate. using full heat rounds, so yeah, I can get shots on lower plates like that. Also, I'm expecting maybe some... No, they're not gonna push. They're not gonna be retards. They're not gonna be retarded. What are we seeing, BZT? Oh yeah, we're having some fun over here. Okay. Can I bait this shot? Let's see if I can. T30 got me somehow. He peeks out in the exact moment I do. Wow. Crazy. Nice lower plate shot, I think. Or was it Coppola? That had to be lower plate, huh? I'm confused. I'm actually really confused where he shot me there. I don't even see the shot. It's because you're the only one to shoot at. These retards have nothing else to shoot at. That's why. I would suggest you move from that position. You're not getting any use anymore. Just get out of there. These retards are really annoying. You're not getting me again, buddy. Relax yourself. You got lucky the first time, dude. Yeah, it is what it is. Retards artilleries. I mean, that's literally all it is. It's just retard artilleries. Nothing you can do about it. I definitely cannot hold down this position. Yeah, good one, buddy. You're really doing a lot of damage with your little P gun. Your little P shooter's really doing a lot of damage to me, buddy. Unfortunate. I would love to take out Mr. FV. Shot just straight missed. Oh, it is what it is. It's okay. Shot missed, so it is what it is. I don't even know if I aimed that badly, but I think I let that area. Yeah, that was a mistake for me. I wanted to go out and kill the guy. It is what it is. Team did horrendous on that side, and I couldn't get out of there, so I definitely could have held it down, but that is what it is. I made a mistake. I made a mistake to go up. Ares was just being a loser, though, so it is what it is. He was just sitting there, basically, so all he has to do is flank me after... I mean, seriously, I can't really do much in that position. I'm gonna die anyways. T95, all they need to do is flank me and I'm dead, so, I mean, our team's garbage. It is what it is. This tank's not invincible. It has a very high armor, but it's not invincible, and that shot definitely should have hit on that FV, but now he's dead, so... It's not like he lived for much longer. He got a 800 on me. I don't even know how he got 800 on me, but that's because it's a non-penetration and he's using Hesh, so it is what it is. Stupid Hesh doing 800 damage even for a non-penetration. I should have peeked a little bit better, though. I definitely didn't need to peek like that. I could have definitely peeked better. I just didn't think about the Ares early. I was simply thinking that going in and trying to get a shot on them as fast as possible is the best option. And yeah, obviously you can't go that fast with this tank, so that's understandable that I didn't get anything done with that. I wasn't trying to go like very fast or something. I was simply thinking I could go with the gun depression of this tank. I was thinking I could get it decently easily on the target, but obviously it was more difficult than it seemed. Stop using auto aim, retard. You should have another shot. Why did you not shoot? The thing doesn't reload that in that amount of time, really. Yeah, I definitely should have held my ground a bit more. That was my fault. I should have held it down a bit longer. Maybe even pushed into the Ares and tried to get him killed. Maybe so. He was open, actually. He was definitely open. So, yeah, probably so. That probably would have been a much better option. And maybe use his body as cover or something like that. Maybe so. It was a good try, team. I will say it was a good try. Lower plate. Very nice. Nice lower plate shot. We do have an EBR 90 that can definitely support us, but that Ares 85 is simply going to dominate this Conway. And the EBR doesn't have much of a chance either. Yeah, it's done. It's absolutely done. That was funny to sit in front of the Ares, though. Have them not do any damage to me. They literally couldn't do a single amount of damage to me, except for when they shot my cupola, which was the only amount of damage they got on me. And as you can see from that that fact that they didn't do any damage until they looked at my cupola, it shows how absolutely garbage the players that are playing Ares are. Most of them are. They're really bad. They don't understand what basic weak points are, like cupolas. I mean, even though they could have shot my cupola, I don't even think they could have easily penetrated it. Like, I think it still would have been a challenge for them to penetrate. I don't know exactly. I don't know. I'll look at that now. I'll see if they can penetrate that. I'm quite tired. I've woken really early today. It's not time for me to sleep yet, but it will be soon. Probably about a few more hours, maybe 2. I don't know how much longer I can stay awake for. Let's look at the armor model and see it versus the Ares 90. Yeah, the cupolas are penetration. The cupolas are penetrable, but the lower plate isn't. Not even close. But the cupolas, yes. So he's simply an idiot. It's that simple. It's just an idiot. Unfortunately, that is what it is. The cupolas are weak. They're very weak. They're very, very weak. I would say they should have made the cupolas stronger. I don't know why they made them so weak. This tank is huge. It's a very slow tank, and the cupolas on this thing are very, very weak. 180 millimeters, that's very weak cupolas, which is sad. It's not easily penetrable from high explosive, though, so that's good. But it is penetrable from some HESH rounds, like the FE 4005 can actually penetrate these cupolas, which is sad. They should have put at least 240 on it, I would say, the cupolas. Or maybe they could have put like some side armor on it, like this. This is 100, never mind. Oh, it's actually stronger than the lower plate, wow. But lower plate's angled, that's why it's so strong. So they should have put higher on this, on the cupolas. They should have put it at like 250, like the lower plate. Because that's what the lower plate is. It's near 250 with that angle. So that's what they should have done. Also, I wonder how good this tank is at reverse side scraping. I wonder. He actually isn't too bad on speed. Like, look at this. I'm going 30 almost. That's the same speed as the FE almost. And I have insane armor. That's the reason I say the FE is such a stupid tank. Like, I don't know what's the reason they gave it such terrible mobility. Makes no sense. This thing goes almost the same speed as an FV, but it has 10 times the armor. Look at this idiot. The Object 140, buddy. You want to have some fun? Nice one, retard. Very lucky guy there. Back up. They're pushing hard. Or, no, they're not, actually. What am I talking about? They're not pushing hard. I was looking at the wrong angle. How'd you like that one, buddy? How'd you like a 970 straight in the face? Also, this is crazy. How am I hitting for 970? That's insane. Interesting. Aim a little bit longer, that's all I need to do. That would have penetrated. Man, what are you doing, dude? Can you retard stop with it? Holy, dude. Decided to go for my track. Oh my, funny guy, funny guy. Yeah, at this angle you basically can't do much unless you hit the side of my tank. Did he get lower plate there? No, he's just going straight through the front. Well, yeah, I think he got lower plate actually. He did get lower plate there, huh? Nice cupola you have there, buddy. Yeah, he's just getting lower plate. The lower plate in this thing is very not good. It is. I'm just confused actually. It is quite strong though, so I don't understand. At an angle, it should be even better. That's a bad player there. I can tell. That is a really bad player. That is a really dang bad player. They're not even hiding their cupola at all. Also, we're losing at every side, but hey, we're gonna try our best here. We need to deal with this side quick. Next time, okay, BZT just fired. I'm going in now. Come on, retards, push up! What are you guys doing? Push up! Are you serious? Go in! What are you waiting for? Are you serious with this nonsense? You're better in the face of these guys. Don't you know this? I mean, you just got me killed for that. You got me killed for that. Sitting in the back doing nothing. You gonna say anything? You weren't. There was another person behind you. And that's not important. How is that important? You should have pushed in. You didn't notice what? That doesn't... It's not important. Did you not see me push in? You saw me push in. You should have pushed in with me. Stupid can openers using little APCR rounds, penetrating my lower plate as much as he possibly could. What's the... I'm confused. I really am confused. This lower plate should be basically invincible at an angle. So I don't know how they were penetrating it. It's 370, dude. He doesn't have 370. How is he penetrating my lower plate? Is it because I was at an angle like this or something? Was that it? Is this because my retard teammate was in my way the whole time? Yeah, that was it. It is invincible. It's just... Wait, I'm confused. Okay, so this is flat. Okay, so it's only 320 when angled like this. So I thought it'd be more, actually. So you could still penetrate this decently reliably. Wow. So it would have to be extremely angled to penetrate. I mean, to block like 360, almost 70 degrees it has to be to actually block a shot. That's not good. I don't like that at all. Yeah, another stupid balancing thing from wargaming. The dang upper plate is... The dang upper part of this tank, the little middle section, is 320 millimeters. And then for some reason, this part is... You know what's crazy is this part probably is one of the parts you penetrated simply because it's only 320 millimeters and it's decently flat. But when you angle it, of course, like this, it gets much stronger. 390s, yeah, it gets insane. But for some reason, lower plate's 150, so it's more than half of that. And so I have to angle it much more to get the same level of protection. Yeah, that's not good. That makes this tank much weaker with the fact that it has a lower plate so incredibly weak like that. Yeah, side scraping is insane with this tank, though. Well, it's not insane. People can still penetrate this with good penetration rounds. So it's not amazing. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible either. Reverse side scraping. This is at a 70-degree angle, though, so... Oh, yeah, it's not bad. Maybe I should have reverse side scraped a bit there. That could have been a bit better with my lower plate at least, but... I don't know about everything else. I mean, this is only 100 millimeters, so... Yeah, if it's not at a full, like, auto ricochet angle, then everything's gonna penetrate this. Yeah, that's not great. That's not great. I was expecting more from this armor. I thought the lower plate was really strong. I really did. It's not that strong, actually, the lower plate on this thing. The cupolas aren't strong either. I thought the cupolas were stronger than that. Unfortunately, they're not. And that is a serious weak point on a tank. Always it is. Because that means that you're not simply like a brute force heavy tank. You always have to be careful with your cupolas at any point, because someone can simply shoot there and get a shot on. I can't open it. Did get lucky one time though. I did hit their lower plate and somehow it bounced. I didn't hit it, but it didn't go where I wanted it to go. So I looked at their lower plate and it should have penetrated and it didn't. That was almost a hit. Concept 1B, I'm not gonna peek that. I mean, unless I want to cross, but I don't think I do, actually. I feel like crossing here would be a bad decision. I'm just gonna wait for them to push then. Wait for them to get in our faces. Come like, actually no, just stay like there. I think that'd be a good position for you to be in. I'll stay here. And you're gonna simply protect me. That's what we're gonna do here. There's way too many enemies here. If we push now, we're gonna lose. Mr. TL7, do you want a nice 900 in the face or a nice 800 or so? Is that what you want, my man? Do you want a nice, like, a very nice amount of damage in your face? I mean, if you want it, I can give you it. Unfortunate. Okay, retard. Glad you could be as annoying as possible. Nice cupola shot, my man. Fortunate. Can you hop off, buddy? You're not doing anything. You're really not. You're a loser. Hop off, artillery. Go somewhere else. Shoot at something else. You're a loser, my man. We have mouse pushing in very soon. I would say mouse probably will be pushing in very soon. Our team's being retarded and losing that side. Very nice. My mouse is absolutely pushing in. Dude, what is he doing? Are you gonna peek out or what, mouse? Seriously, what are you doing, bro? Dude, can this retard hop off already? You just keep shooting, keep shooting, and keep shooting. Conway. I would suggest turning around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Quick, hurry. Why would you turn around the left way? Just keep going, keep going. I need your help. There's a guy there. Turn around and deal with him. Whatever. Stupid artillery finishes me off. Whatever, dude. I would have survived that if it wasn't for stupid artillery. Whatever. You're getting shot from behind. Go in. Go in. Go in. Go in. Go in. Okay, whatever. Stupid mouse is there. You were gonna die anyways. This team sucks. That's okay. And then the mouse doesn't want to peek. I mean, seriously, I can't do much when the mouse is simply playing so passively. Taking shots in that situation was not something I wanted to do, and I guess the only thing I could do was simply relax and try to last as long as I can and try to make my position work as best as possible. If I peeked the Conway, I was taking a 500, which I could have done that for the kill, but it doesn't. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not peeking some retard to take a 500. I don't need to do that. I'd rather them try to push me and then I can take them out like that. I did nothing in the match because I literally didn't have time to do anything. Our team sucks so bad.
大受损。第一侧履带断了，我们动不了了，弹无虚发，履带已修复，前进。履带受损，无法移动。进攻，前进！火炮受损，无法瞄准。我们任务失败，全体撤离。
Jeden z pásů je rozbitý, nemůžeme se ani hnout. Pás funguje, jeďme dál. Máme poškozené tělo, funguje, ale ne moc dobře.
So I decided to mute my microphone because I wanted to relax on this match and not worry about the recording software picking up my voice at all. I wanted to simply relax and talk to myself. Talk to my friends. It's more private like that. More personal. But after this match, I'm done actually because I'm tired and I want to play something else. So, you will be seeing more of this tank very soon. But currently, what I've seen from this tank, it's good. It's definitely good, and you're going to have some seriously good games if I play it more often, which I will because I want to. And especially for BlackRock, I think this will be a very nice tank to play. I don't know if it's going to be a perfect tank to play to get high damage in, but it's a very good tank. The cupolas on it make me annoyed. It really does. I wish they wouldn't have put stupid cupolas on the tank. If they would have kept the lower plate the exact same and removed the cupolas, this tank would be very good. So because you have reliable armor and like armor that you can actually trust and you can go all down and everything, you can trust it. But because of the fact that it has big cupolas and 2 of them, it's much less reliable. And that's the problem with it. And the lower plate is not as strong as it should be too. It should be 200 millimeters instead of 150. Should be 200 millimeters thick. The top part is 220 millimeters. Or no, it's not. 320. And the lower plate is 150. Should be 200. That would be much more of a gradual decrease or whatever. I mean, even at 200, it would still be decently weak. But it would make much more sense to the tank's extreme armor. 200. I mean, I don't know what's the reason they couldn't do 200. Of course, it's very strong at 200 at that angle, but that's exactly how it should be. It should be very strong at that angle and everything. Yeah, we're going to lose this match, I think. I went down because I wanted to use that position down there. I was thinking they were trying to like make some pressure and gain that position, so I was hoping they would all be there, but they all went back to their base like absolute losers. Minotaur went back to his base, camping in the back. We had Object 430 camping at the back. They're just a bunch of losers. Play the game like a bunch of losers. On a map that's built for not built for campers, but it can be built for campers. If the players are a bunch of campers. I mean, literally, they had the hit points advantage, and they still wanted to fall back for some reason. I don't know what's the reason. They couldn't simply come fight me and have an interesting match, but they instead just camped it off, and so they win by a good margin because they camped it off, and our team tried to push it. And they had more hit points, and yeah, we lost it. It's not surprising at all. Bunch of losers. But these tanks, Cocadrillo is definitely better than this tank in terms of how powerful it is. It's definitely better. I mean, everything combined makes that tank insane. And I barely played it, but yeah, I know that tank's gonna be good. This tank is good too. I will say this tank is absolutely good too. And I will be playing this more, but probably not for the next video because Cocadrillo is the main tank I need to be playing. We'll see. If I want to play BZT-70, I'll play BZT-70. If I want to play Cockadrillo, I'll play Cockadrillo. But for my mission, I need to play Cockadrillo because it's a support tank, and I need either sniper or support for my mission. And obviously, the BZT-70 is not a sniper or support; it's an assault tank. The turret armor in this thing is crazy, though. It's really crazy. This turret armor is absolutely nuts. It's nuts. Look at this turret armor. 300 at this slope. It's crazy. It's 380. It's 390 here. And yeah, this thing goes hold down. It's insane. It's like 420 or something. Yeah, it's crazy. And this is just auto ricochet. And yeah, at best, it's... So this is the reason they didn't put this, I think. So at a 60-degree angle, which is about what this is, a 60-degree angle, this would be 340 millimeter stick. So that's the reason they didn't do it, is because it would be thicker than this part here, the 320, and this would be the actual weak point of this thing, this part here. So I understand why they didn't put it to 200 millimeters, but how about like 160 or 170? I mean, seriously, 160 or 170. This tank would be much stronger on the lower plate. 160 or 170 and the lower plate would be much more reliable. Of course, if you angle this, you get like 260, and that's about the limit for standard rounds. Most standard rounds don't get this high. And then you go here, 290, okay, you're basically getting... But this is 65 degrees. I mean, this is incredibly angled, and it's only 290. That's literally Cockadrillo level. That's Cockadrillo level at a flat. It's not even that strong. Or maybe not flat, but a little bit of angling. But this is 65 degrees. This is incredibly angled. So it doesn't make any sense. Like, the only time this lower plate becomes very strong and actually non-penetrable is when it's at like 68 degrees. That's disgusting. I don't like how they did that one. I really don't. The lower plate's simply so weak on this tank. But yeah, when you hide the lower plate, yeah, this thing's strong. But whenever you hide the lower plate, you're also showing your cupolas, and that's the problem with this tank too. Is the cupolas are annoying. I wish they would remove these nonsense cupolas. It really ruins the game. I don't know what's the problem. They can't simply release a tank without cupolas. They struggle so much to release a tank without cupolas. They really do. Even though they should. I mean, like, I don't know what's the problem with it. It's not that complicated to imagine that a tank without cupolas would be much better than a tank with cupolas. And it would be much more fun because of that, because you'd be in a tank that's strong and not in a tank that's garbage. They try to make the tank balanced, though. But the thing is, whenever they try to make a tank balanced, you're actually making it unbalanced, because what if the tank that the other team has doesn't have cupolas or something like that? Or what if the tank is a little bit faster on the other team? Like, you're making it unbalanced because this tank sacrifices mobility for armor, but what if it doesn't actually have as much of armor as it's supposed to have because of the cupolas? Then what? I mean, what do you get then? Like, you're simply sacrificing speed for armor, and with the cupolas, you're getting less of that because they can simply go straight through your dang cupola. So it's quite dumb. The way they designed this game. I wish they would not be so retarded at wargaming and actually make simple decisions that don't completely not make any sense and completely ruin the game and make the game less fun. That would be great if wargaming could do that.